This week, we're checking in on our most anticipated games of 2026, seeing what we're still genuinely excited for and what's cooled off. Then we're asking the bigger question, how are we actually fitting these games into real life? Plus, Scott makes his case for Tomodachi Life, and I've got a confession to make. All this and more on this week's Pixel Parents podcast. Hello and welcome to the next episode of the Pixel Parents podcast, the show that discusses all things gaming from the perspective of parents. I am your host, Liam Kelvin, and today, of course, joined by the bearded one, Scott, the OG tastemaker, Curry. How are we, Scott?
That is indeed myself. I'm looking a bit red. I've actually been looking at myself in the camera since arriving, and maybe the sun has hit me more than I think.
Yeah.
Ooh. But apart from that, possible heat stroke, I'm pretty well. The sun has well and truly arrived in Scotland, and you know, I'm still ill prepared for it as we ever have been, but I've been playing a fair few games, finally recovered from the cold that has stricken me this week. I have been laid out fucking horizontally for about 4 days, just crying. You know, my wife is pregnant, but I am not.
Hey.
I am gubbed, man. It is horrendous. It is. I hate it. But managed to go over that as much as we can. And as I was just saying this to you before we come on, I'm actually very excited to talk about the games and stuff that we've been playing because it's been a while, Liam.
It has been.
I'm pretty sure Stained wrote a song about that. But I'm pretty sure that's true. But yeah, how are you?
I'm good, man, yeah. This week, I purchased a baseball cap, Scott. Ooh. I recently did a charity walk, right? I've never did a distance event in my entire life, and there I am, walking a half marathon. Great thing, I did it. And let me tell you, the blisters, the warnings and that, you listen to them because it's true. I passed out on the train home with the heat, standing up, most embarrassing, but it was great. It was a great feeling, but why the baseball cap, Scott? Why the baseball cap? And I'm going to get to that in a second because I want to give just a brief shout out to Stephen, our resident gamer, who we had on a few episodes ago. I actually seen him at the start line.
Oh, right.
So it was actually nice to say hello, shake hands and see him in person because my internet failed me that night, so I didn't really get much of a chance to talk to him anyway.
Remember that? I forgot about that.
But the baseball cap, right? And I'm going to linger on this here to kick it off. I put on the baseball cap and I'm thinking about this week's episode, Scott, and then it hit me. I feel so much respect now and feel like Kevin Feige because we had our endgame moment last week, Scott, with that top 100 game showdown, and it's now the big question of now what? Now what? And I'll be damned if we're going to wade into a phase 4, which, by the way, right, cards on the table. Phase 4 had more hits in it than Phase 1. That's what I'm going to say, right?
What was Phase 4 in the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Oh, God, I need to go through them all now. Okay, he's made me do it here.
Because they're all one phase for me, Liam, you know?
I know.
They're all shy.
The thing, a lot of people got to Endgame, they gave up, and then it's like a kid with broccoli. So I don't like it. And it's like, but you've not fucking tried it. Just try it and you'll see it's class. But There was a shitload. That was when the bloat happened, if you remember, Scott. The bloat. We're not going to do that here. We're not going to start doing like wee TV shows and all that stuff. You had Black Widow, Shang-Chi.
Right, so wait, let's go down the list.
Oh,
Black Widow,
okay.
Pish,
Shang-Chi,
decent,
very good. Underrated, actually. I would say underrated.
Yeah.
Eternals, off day.
Never watched it. Shite though.
Spider-Man, No Way Home. I mean, come on.
Is that the one with the? Is that the one? Aye. Yeah, probably. Aye. Pick of the bunch.
Big event. Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness.
Total bullshit. The only good thing about it is all the multiverse stuff. That's all that's good about it.
Dare you, sir?
I'll even go as far as say that Benedict Cumberbatch is a fucking pain in the ass. That man just has to leave
Just you.
cinema.
Scott, Just you wait.
Doctor Strange is the worst.
Thor, just you wait. Thor, Love and Thunder.
Oh, fucking less said the better.
Whiffy. And Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
Didn't watch it.
Great film. Very, very sad.
So out of that, 2.
You don't see? There you go. See? Which more? I'm planning a massive rewatch anyway ahead of Doomsday at the end of the year. Can I fit it all in time? Well, we might end up talking about that here as we do, the usual thing on the Patreon exclusive shows. Don't worry, we're going to keep it strictly to game.
I'm going to play all the Sega licensed Marvel hero games.
The Incredible Hulk.
Play the Captain America one, the Thor one.
The Iron Man one as well, actually.
Aye, I'll do them.
Man, I miss movie tie-in games. I really do. Like, there's nothing like it. Like, I remember when Spider-Man 3 came out and going to pick up the game I went to the movie, saw it in the morning, first show, and went to pick up Spider-Man 3. And that was less of a disappointment than the film.
I was going to say, were you looking for something to make you feel better after watching that?
It took me about 15 years to admit Spider-Man 3 was crap. Just couldn't do it. But yeah.
I'll tell a story before you continue, Liam, because we've got time this week. But when I went to see Spider-Man, the very first Spider-Man, with my sister and a family friend, and after watching the movie, when we were walking home, me and my sister were, as siblings do, play fighting just like on the way home, and we were bumping each other just to kind of knock each other out the way, and my sister knocked me about fucking 10 metres away, and I fell flat on my face to a point where half of my face was covered in just like ash on the ground.
My God.
And it's just, honestly, I looked like fucking, what'd you call him? Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Oh God.
It was so bad. I just remember absolutely skiting myself across the floor, and that sullied the good name of that movie for a very long time.
Do you know that one of I can't remember the wrestler that you'll probably remember. I don't know if it was Shawn Michaels or somebody else. They basically took away the solvent that he needed, Roddy Piper, to get that paint off of him, and he had that on him for like 3 days after that.
It was I know who it was, because I was listening to a podcast about that recently. I'm going to Google it just for a minute.
Right. You Google it. I'm going to get some housekeeping at the road. Then we're going to confirm that, and then we're going to start talking about some video games, because we have got lots. Well, maybe you have got lots. I've got one I'm excited to talk about. And a confessional, Scott. Somber moment. But yes.
Andrew the Giant.
Under the Giant, of course it was. The big man himself. But anyway, enough of big guys. We just need to get some housekeeping done. So if you're new, if you've been here a while, you know the script. But this is the Pixel Parents Podcast, which is a weekly gaming show by parents discussing all things gaming whilst we're raising little ones. You can get new episodes every Friday on YouTube, Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Please subscribe to us on YouTube so you don't miss our tired faces. You can also find us on Blue Sky at pixelparents.bsky.social or email us at pixelparentspodcast@gmail.com. And you can support the show for free at patreon.com/pixelparents. You'll get bonus shows, community chats. It will cost you absolutely £0 all the time. There's no paid tiers there. And you can also, if you can, drop us a wee 5-star review. Share the podcast online with your friends. Whatever you do, it does really, really help us out. And of course, a big, massive thank you to everybody that joins us each and every week. Now, Scott, last week was absolutely epic. A most epic podcast by a country mile in length, and also, meaning and build and everything. 2 years worth of build, And now we're back to chat even more video games. So we're going to just check in as we always do. So, Scott, I want to ask you, how excited are you for Saros?
I cannot contain my excitement, Liam. So much so that I'm just trying to find distraction for other things.
Yes.
At time of recording, we are on the eve of the game coming out physically. If you've got the digital deluxe edition, I'm sure you can get it already. But
You'll be playing it?
No, because I don't have it. I've got the game coming tomorrow. But I thought it would have been here today. I had a message from Royal Mail saying that it was coming. I was like, oh, here we go. But no, it's going to arrive tomorrow, which is fine because I've still got plenty of stuff to do. But all the reviews and previews and stuff like that have just heightened the excitement that I have for this fucking game, man. Like, I'm absolutely shitting my pants to play it. And I'm excited to try and convince you that it's a worthy addition to your catalogue.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big test. I text you earlier in the week, and whilst I am excited for it, I'm doing a rare thing, which is not FOMOing out on it, because I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, this looks sweet, and Rahul Kohli's in it, it's ticking all the boxes, but I'm also wary of Returnal. My experience with that, it just didn't click, for whatever reason, it just didn't,
Yeah.
which is what it is. But I'm looking at Saros, I'm like, I'm wanting to hear from you. Just you'll know yourself when you play that. He's either going to bounce off that, or there's something in there that's actually going to smooth the onboarding a little bit more. But the smoke, there's fire. It's had nothing but praise, and it sounds like Sony have got yet another big exclusive hit in their hands.
I mean, when do we admit that Sony have actually done all right then? When do we go back in all of our points and say that Sony have actually had a decent run of it this generation? I say that in jest.
Not a bad one. I think the
It's
problem is you can take success for granted. That's
yeah, no, you can, and we're all guilty of it. One good game, and we're all like, oh, so fucking PlayStation are back. It's like, well, okay, but I'm just excited to play it. To be honest with you, just kind of getting back to that Returnal framework, because Returnal was class.
Yeah.
And I just jumping on board with it. I cannot bloody wait. Everything points to it being like it kind of smooths out some of the rough edges that Returnal had. So,
I mean,
aye.
I'm going to make a prediction here, and it's an easy one, but I think that this game is going to, you're going to be enamored with it, and I think you're not going to put it down to you platinum it. However long that may take, but I think you're going to absolutely devour this game.
I think you're probably right, to be honest with you. I can't see it being anything else, to be honest with you. It might be the new Sectori in this household, because Sectori is it's like my toilet game, but I'm not in the toilet. It's just like I put that game on.
Way.
I put that game on. If I even ever want to play something else, I have to play a round of Return to Sectori first before I even move ahead. But
we've got to do that for a main topic one week.
Toilet games. I think it's a shout, aye. But no, it's exciting. Like, it's just exciting to have another big game. Do you know what I mean? Like, it kind of felt like I missed the bus with Pragmata and stuff like that. I've almost fallen into the trap of buying it now, but I haven't done it yet. I've managed to steer that ship away, but yeah, I'm excited just to kind of play it and see how it fares.
So, what else have you been playing then? Because I'm going to keep my confessional to the end here, Scott. So I want to hear what you've been up to. What you've been playing? What's been going on over there?
I made a promise to the group. I had explained that I had an unexplainable urge to play one game many moons ago, and never done it until it came out on the PlayStation Store cheaper than I wanted to pay for it. And that was the Days Gone remaster, Liam. And I have played nothing but Days Gone since we stopped recording the games that we played. I've put in more hours than I care to admit. Just late night hours, just fucking plowing through this game, and it's class. Like, I honestly, it's like an almost game. I'm trying to find a way to describe it that makes sense, but it's kind of like it's almost there. Like, it does so much well, but it also has no emotional impact. It kind of like, it knows what it wants to strive for, but doesn't have the direction to follow it through. If that makes any sense, it's like me making ET, and all the emotional moments are still there, but they're not as emotional because it's me making it and not Steven Spielberg. Do you know what I mean?
Just like rubber alien,
just a big fucking weird rubber alien, aye. But it's like, for example, like the ending of that game, it's like a big emotional moment. Some big emotional beats happen, but then everyone's just like, well, it's fine. It's just like, there could have been more impact in this. Like, there could have been moments in it that could have been more impactful, and there are. Like, there are genuine moments that are like, fucking wow. Like, I can't believe that this game is taking turns like this, and that it decided to go that route, and that's great. But then it's just like, no, right. Let's just move on with our life. The game is full of janky moments. Like, it controls weird. It always wants you to hold buttons to interact with them, but Deacon St. John moves in a certain way that it's not quite there. It's like he moves towards it and then just stop. It's like a sim. It's like
Yeah.
it's like watching a sim trying to do something. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, mate? So you always have to like direct yourself towards certain things for it to carry it out like that. But
Yeah.
these are all just like tiny nitpicks because you can still play it and
I
it's still
mean,
fucking class. Like
you
it's
say there was no emotional depths. I mean, did it not touch your heart when at the wedding scene when they're saying like he's going to ride you as much as my bike?
did,
Like you
yeah.
said that. I mean,
I mean,
that's Shakespearean stuff. You know
that
what I
is
mean?
Shakespearean stuff. But even all jokes aside, moments like that are fine if they're played in the right way.
Yeah, I
It's
get you.
just like it's just not done well. It's just like
Yeah,
what the fuck are
clumsy.
we doing? Yeah, it's
No.
clumsy. Yeah, it's clumsy and not. It's just not. It just didn't land that well with me. But where it does shine is the fucking the reason why I bought the game is because I wanted to try and experience what the hordes were
Mhm.
like, and they're fucking incredible, Liam. Like,
Yeah,
see by the end of that game where you're tasked on taking it, there's a big sawmill. It was in all the trailers for it, and it shows you how it played out. And you have this big fucking sawmill where you're trying to take out the biggest horde that you've ever fucking seen, and it is incredible. Like you're bouncing under things, you're jumping over them, you're knocking things down to try and clear the path so you can just turn around for 5 seconds, shoot them, and run away again. It's like the moments like that in this game are just like wow. Like
yeah.
the fact that it exists and manage the fact that this game is doing that. It's like what the fuck are we doing here? Like this could have just been a stupid what's that Ride to Hell game? Do you know what I mean? Like just
Yeah.
it could have just been utter bullshit and taken the MC gang nonsense too seriously, but it doesn't. It plays on this side of things, and the end of the world part of it is actually really interesting.
Mhm, mhm.
And that horde stuff is just it's phenomenal. Every single time I took one on, I was like, "This is incredible." Like the fact that
Yeah.
nobody has tried to replicate this in a different way is just ridiculous because it's fucking mad how good it works, how well it works,
Oh,
and
100%.
how intense it feels as you're doing it. Like you always feel like you're within like an inch away from fucking something up. And it happened to me last night. I was like at the end of that sawmill section and I was like, I can go right or go left. Just split second decision and I went left and I got stuck. And I died like so close to the end and I was like, I need to go in my fucking bed. Like I can't do this. Cannot do it. So I managed to finish it. And aye, it's a decent game, do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's a 6 out of 10 story with like 7 out of 10 gameplay, but 8 out of 10 moments. Do you know what I mean? So it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a weird amalgamation of sort of scores and stuff. But it's for something that I had waited quite a while to buy and play. It has left an impact on me quite a lot. That I'm like, it's definitely something I would recommend if it's cheap
Yeah.
enough. It's definitely something I'd recommend because it's class. And I think that if they made a second one, I know they're not because Bender now. I don't even know if they're still going or ever. I think their
They're there,
director's a
but,
fucking nutcase.
Sword of Damocles is there.
Yeah, but I think that if they had an opportunity to make a Days Gone 2 and just refined it, those
Yeah.
points, they could have something really special on their hands, like
Yeah.
those survival elements and stuff. If you took that really seriously and just made it a really gritty version of that, where you're constantly at peril because you have to maintain all this shit, it could be something special. So
Yeah.
it's something that I've really enjoyed. Broken up by random sessions of Sectory, a small playthrough of Far Cry 3 because I
Nice.
downloaded that after the last time, and then just fannying about with things like on the Steam Deck and stuff as well.
Mhm.
I had continued my playthrough of the Wind Waker, and on the Switch you can obviously create suspend points as you
Yeah.
play them. So I'd done that earlier in the game, but then I'd saved it later. So I'd press reset game,
Mhm.
and the thing in it that resets the whole game. So
Yeah.
like even your progress and stuff, it resets everything. It's not like a hard reset on the console where it would take you back to the home screen or whatever, like the beginning of the game.
Mhm.
This resets everything, like saves everything. So I was like, I had managed to get to the point where you're on the pirate ship doing all the fucking mad jumping shit, and then I pressed that button because I had to go back and do something, and it deleted all my progress. So
Oh,
now
man.
I'm back. I'm back on the island, fucking
That's
about
heartbreaking.
to honestly, I'm about to lose my mind, but I'm going to get there eventually. With that, I'd bought Vampire Crawlers as well. Said I wasn't going to buy it, bought it anyway. I've been enjoying moments with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice wee, not so much of a time sink. It's kind of drop in and drop out when you want to, and you can play it at your heart's content.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure everyone is begging to ask the question, Liam.
Yes.
I'm sure you're begging to ask the question. So I'll let you ask the question.
Did he... let me rephrase this. Am I about to pull out the oven a big, fresh dish of crow, and this man's about to pull out a copy of Tomodachi Life?
No.
I thought it was it. I thought I couldn't resist. I was fully expecting to come on here and he's going to tell me about his new Tomodachi Life.
I'm not going to pull out a copy of Tomodachi Life, Liam, because I bought it digitally.
Yes.
Today, it was actually about 2 hours ago. Me
Mhm.
and my daughter were just sitting looking at stuff on the Switch, and she saw it. And I remarked about it. We watched a trailer for it, and she was pissing herself laughing at some of the characters, and I was just like, "This is just stupid fun." Do you know what I mean? So, I had already paid for Saros last month, so I was just like, "Do you know what? We're in for a penny here." And I remember listening to Giant Bomb when they were reviewing it, and Jeff Grubb was talking about how his daughter and stuff like that was really taken to it because, like, if they can't spell the words on the page, they can hear it, so the characters will speak to them. So it's like that helps in a way because they can still interact with it in their own way. So we made her tonight. So that was before we came on here. We've made my daughter. So it's her island. She's the first character on it. We're going to make my wife. I joked we should make her, present day wife, know, and also, previous wife, because it'd be a hilarious thing to have big pregnant wife and my and not so pregnant wife. But no, that was shot down very quickly. But
Yeah,
I'm very keen. Yeah, I'm very keen to make, because I've been watching loads of fucking clips about it online. This is the only reason why I bought it. I've just been seeing loads of clips online of like people making like Big John or making like, Kay's cooking. And I'm just really interested to make like obscure Scottish celebrities. Like, let's put Michelle McManus on Tomodachi Life, or,
Marvin
let's get Marvin for the scheme. Like, he'll be as happy as Larry on the island. So, I'm keen to do that. Put Dave Benson Phillips on there. It's just stupid things like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think it'll be hilarious. So, I'm buzzing to get back to it. That's the thing, though. It's her island, so it's just like I can't take it over, but eventually I will, and I'll have my own way.
That's a good point, though, because I think it's okay to do that. Not too far, but it's almost like you're setting up the next play session, because sometimes we all know what it's like, isn't it? Like when you're passing the information at the speed that they're kind of wanting you to go up, which is usually 100 miles an hour, and you're like, just hold on a minute, just try to figure this out, what it's asking of me. And sometimes onboarding in a lot of games can be quite really boring and drawn out before you start to get to the meat. I did find that with Pacopia, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
And that suffers from what you mentioned. Like, you need to be able to read, to a certain level, to play that game.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you don't have a Scooby-Doo what it's asking of you. So no, that sounds pretty cool, man. I look forward to hearing about the Tomodachi life that you're living.
Oh, at that point. I can't wait to involve everyone in it. Big John will be boshing all over this island before you know it.
I'm going to say, you and Alex, if you're listening, you're a bad influence.
See, when I posted that on Blue Sky, I had already made my mind up that I was buying it.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to see what anyone else would say. And I knew you would be like, no. But I want to play it. So I was going to buy it regardless. So it's just a stupid thing.
Well, that's it. Well, that's good. I mean, that's quite a lot, though. But I suppose it has been 2 weeks since we've been able to check in, see what we're up to. But
indeed.
For myself, I've been kind of here, there, and everywhere, Scott. I've been wandering, I must say. But I have spent a lot of time over the past 2 weeks playing a game that I purchased in a Steam sale for probably like £2. A game I played before about over 10 years ago, and I just got the notion to play it again because I thought, I just want to fanny about. And that game was Just Cause 3 of all the games. And do you know what? I've been having a blast going back to that game. Like, is it the best game in the world? No. Is it a lot of fun? Yes. And that's pretty much all I needed. It's like, I just want to just go about a big, massive map and explode stuff and just, you know, be a badass. And that's all it was. It's like I needed like a Fast and Furious fix in gaming form, and that was it. And it's still so satisfying to play. We're playing it on the ROG, so I can just juice it all the way up to max, and because it's an older game, so it could definitely handle it. And it runs like a dream. There's been no issues with it, and it was just something for the longest time. That was my routine. I was like, pick it up, just a little short 20 minutes, sometimes a couple of hours, just depends. And that was purely because I was waiting on the big patch for Crimson Desert. And I did have hopes to get back to it. Picked it up over the weekend, and I was like, cool. Beat a boss that I was at. And I was like, let's just continue the path, because I've got such a soft spot in my heart for Crimson Desert. I think it gives you a lot more the more time that you spend with it. And that's not really a great place for a game to be, but it's true of it, and it's impressive, and there's a lot of depth and detail in that game to be enjoyed. But I'm not talking about that. It's time, I suppose, the confessional, Scott. And I owe this game a massive apology, because I didn't realise that it had the sauce when I played the demo.
Is this a game that... Oh, right, okay.
Mm-hmm. It's a game that you played. And that game is, of course, Vampire Crawlers, the Turbo Wildcard. For those who might be unfamiliar, because it's just come out over the past week, Vampire Crawlers, roguelike deck building game, spin off to the very, very addictive game Vampire Survivors. And I played it during the Steam Next Fest demo, both did. And at the time, I had just bounced off it, because all I was really like, I'm not really getting this. And it just made me want to go back and play Vampire Survivors, which I did. And I thought, I'm not going to do it. And the game, I should add, like, this game's everywhere. So PC, Steam, Switch, Switch 2, Xbox, and it's on Game Pass. So that was the door open, Scott. So I was like, oh, Game Pass are we now? And it was just there. I was like, let's just download it. Download it in the Xbox, the Series X, played it in the TV. I'm like, something here. Download it in the ROG, game over. Like, that's it. The game has since entered my bloodstream, Scott. And at first, it did feel clunky. I decided, you know, I'm just going to put my demo experience to one side and just really try and give this another go. And my God, what a decision, man. What a decision. Like, learning more about what's under the hood of this game in terms of the passive abilities and building up my attacks. And then every encounter has just become a constant serotonin hit that I have been badly craving just now. Like, it's come at the right time for me personally. Basically, the setup of the game is, you know, you're going to start each run in the village. You'll select your crawler, which is basically going to give you a unique deck with certain abilities. And it's just designed to kind of make your run a little easier, just to suit your playstyle. For example, you can use like the coins that you gather throughout each run. You can buy different decks, different crawlers as you go. Some of them could like add more into your health or your might or your armor, whatever it is, whatever type of player style you're going for. But then you go into the open world, Scott, the world map, and you pick your level, and that's when it starts to get good. You know, it's like this card battle system, man. You know me, a fiend for a card battle system. Familiar to most, you know, you're going to have your mana points, and then each turn you can play as many cards based on the mana cost, and then the enemy has a chance to attack you, and the health bar either goes down, you die, or if not, you might get lucky. But all you need to do is effectively defeat them in the front row as they progress, so they kind of make their way to the front. And if they're in the front attack row, then you're definitely going to lose hits. So if there's like 3 of them, they could all do 1 damage, 3 damage off you. They might do 3 damage each, so on and so forth. They get stronger as it goes. And all the cards, you know, if you played Vampire Survivors, you're getting stuff like King Bible and the Garlic, all that stuff. You can even upgrade the cards with gem slots as you go. So you can add some Nunduja in there to add a wee bit of spicy damage. You can add some armor. As you explore each level and you take on each encounter, that sense of growing more powerful. It's that addictive quality that Vampire Survivors had, and it works here the more time I've spent with it. Just like Vampire Survivors as well, the difficulty just slowly ramps up, but it's addictive. It's not to the point where it's like, nah, I'm just going to push you away. It's like that one more go element that's so all of us are suckers for whenever a game does it to you. And this is where the strategy element comes in terms of your card attack selection. Because at first, to help me to kind of ease into the game in the early rounds, I found out I could press X on the ROG or square on the PlayStation, and you could totally get away with pressing that to just play all your cards if you want. Right, just play them all in one go, and if you've got mana left over, it's just going to take it from left to right and just play it that way. And you could probably get through the first few levels like that, no bother. But then, before you know it, you start stacking them in the right order. And it's like, now we're card gaming. That's it. So it's like, do I want to do something? Do I play like my spinach card that gives me more might to up my damage? Do I want to do one that plays more projectiles? Do I want to do one that gives me more mana? Do I want to play my crawler card that can, initiate their special abilities? And then you're basically stacking up for those red cards with the attacks, and your screen pops like it's insane when you get that attack off, and it's just like the noise, the audio design here, everything. Like my brain is just going, oh, this is it, man. This is the good shit, and it's that loop over and over and over. But you're not just kind of like, I'm getting bored of this. You're like, maybe I'll just go one more. Maybe you push it, and it's like I could either just go straight to the boss if I wanted to after a couple of encounters, or in my case, I'm going to every single encounter on the map.
Same as me.
And it's just like, it's so good. And I have to say, exploring the map, that was the thing that put me off it at first. I think we both felt the same.
Yeah.
But it sounds daft. Like you're doing this one, if you're unfamiliar, first person perspective, very much like an old school RPG. You use the right thumbstick or the trigger buttons to turn. So if I wanted to just turn around to the left and move forward, I could do that. But at first I wasn't doing that. I was just like strafing. And I was like, oh, I can turn. I now know how to explore. And something as simple as that was something that really helped me kind of go forth. And yeah, like I says, playing this between the Xbox and the ROG, Scott, so just one. It's like, if I get a wee bit of time in my living room with the TV, I'll put it on the Xbox. If not, I'm taking it in the ROG. I took it to work the other day. It has become an obsession, man. Like,
that's how you know it's good, for fuck's sake.
It's just a fantastic pick up and play game. And I think, it's just got that goofy charm of Survivors. The more time that I'm spending with it, I'm actually questioning, like, will I get to the point if I prefer this over the OG? Shocking, I know, but it's like it's giving me that same serotonin hit, but it's at a pace that's different. Vampire Survivors, what makes it addictive is that you're always on the move, always on the go. Whereas this one, you can stop and think, but it's still fast. It could be slow as well if you wanted to. You can pick up a drink or something in between if you wanted to. But what it's taught me is just, I think I just needed an hour to really sit with it again and properly understand what it wanted from me to better enjoy it. I'm glad I have, because it's filled that card-shaped hole in my gaming, Scott, since I've retired from Marvel Snap. Still not went back.
That's incredible. It still shocks me.
I know, but it's a fucking mess, and it pains me because it's dead, because big part of my gaming lineage. But regardless, it's filling that hole there, and it's taught me just not to write stuff off at the first try. Sometimes timing can really be key when you're trying out a game, and in the case of the demo, it's the wrong time. I just wasn't really, and I look back in at Steam Next Fest, I was battering through demos.
I know. I said that. It's tough with that though, because that's kind of the nature of Steam Next Fest, is that you're kind of encouraged to fart through as many games as possible, aren't you? So the fact that you've managed to come back and right the wrongs. I'm the same though. I'm the exact same as you. I started playing it. So my daughter was outside playing the other day, and I had a rare half hour to myself. I was like, okay, what am I going to do here? And I sat out in the front garden and I played Vampire Crawlers in my front garden, just sitting on the seats. Yeah. And it was great. It was fucking brilliant that I didn't have to be too invested in it. As you say, you can kind of pick up and go. You might be able to sit it down if you need to, but it's class, man. And it's still, it's on the Switch too, so I'm quite happy to kind of pick it up when I want to and when I need to. So
the amazing thing about it is, also, if you're somebody that likes trophies or achievements, this game, man, Jesus, it's like 5-point achievement points, and it feels like after most runs you're always at least popping something, because it's just so good at just scaling things up ever so slightly. I'm always seeing something new, which is good. At least I feel like that, or I'm learning something new about it. And yeah, it's the last thing I'm doing every day since it's come out, man. I'm like, if I had to give it a score right now, I would honestly give it a 9 on our scale, because I think this is a game I would thoroughly recommend to anybody in our community here. And I think it's just perfect for short and long sessions. And I think when we think about people who are busy adults, that is a fantastic option to have up your sleeve. Something you can play for 20 minutes, toilet game, or something you could play for hours on end. I think it has got that in
Toilet
there.
game.
Toilet game, you know. Depends what you had for your tea. But yeah, it's been that thing. Like, I'm more than happy to eat crow on this occasion, but it's true though. I mean, we've all done it. We've played a game once. Sometimes it's like, I just don't really like it. And you go back and you enjoy it. And I think that is the beauty of a service such as like Xbox Game Pass. If it was on, I wish it was on something like a PlayStation Plus or something like that, because it's that element of like, otherwise I wouldn't have went back to it. If it wasn't on that, I was like, nah, I tried the demo, didn't really like it. So I've seen the beauty in that. And also it helps the fact that, you know, there's been a little price reduction on Game Pass as well.
Mean, that's always the good part of it.
Exactly.
That's always the beauty of it.
We're going to start to see a little bit of value in that coming, Scott. I'm not going to linger in the Game Pass news, because I had the thought, there's like, you know, do we catch up on that? We spoke about Xbox a couple of weeks ago. Obviously, Asha Sharma watched the show and made the big calls. So I'm like, no, we're not going to do it.
Listen, I'm starting to think that I am the head of Xbox.
We are Xbox, Scott.
I am an Xbox still, you know.
No, a very Venom symbiotic take to the branding. But yeah, that's been me this week, man. Bar that, I am eagerly anticipating your Saros thoughts next week.
Fucking wait.
The week. I get the preview, guys. But I'm looking forward to hearing this man's thoughts and to see.
Spend the first hour just staring at Rahul Kohli.
And his beautiful face, of course. Don't blame you. He's a fantastic actor. He seems like
too bad he's a fucking Liverpool fan, though, eh?
We can't be perfect. No, but thrill for him, though, man. Like, he definitely is. Like, when you get a genuine gamer out there involved in the industry like that, and it shines through, man. Like, his enthusiasm, it's like, nah, well done to him, man. He's done great work. And I think back to, like, was it Gears 5 was the first time I remember kind of really experiencing Rahul Kohli. I'd only done stuff beforehand, but it's like from the voice actor stuff to like starring in a PlayStation exclusive, man. What a rise to fame. So fair play. But yeah, there's lots of other games coming out, Scott, and that's going to be our main topic this week. But before we move on to it, if you do enjoy the show and you want to support us, you can, and it won't cost you a penny. Just head over to our free Patreon community. Go to patreon.com/pixelparents for every single show, chats, bonus shows, including side quests with Scott, the patch notes, and Pixel Parents Presents. We've got a few other wee tasty ones coming up there soon. But the best thing is, they're free. And the Patreon will always be free. And we're not going to sit here with the busking hat out. So just join in there. It's a good laugh, and we'd love to have you on there. And if you can, go subscribe to us on YouTube if you've not already. Just visit youtube.com/@PixelParentsPodcast, where we can put up more cool video content as well. We recently had a titanium coat review that we did especially for the YouTubes, as well as the Patreon. You can catch up on there. Now, I know, listen, we get to be the old guys.
Old dad. Exactly. That your YouTubes?
Not the YouTube. Where's the differ? You know, all that stuff. But yeah, Scott, I'm going to move on to the main topic now, which this week we've titled Hype Check, the most anticipated games of 2026 so far. So summer feels like it is almost in full swing. So we've had some belters already in 2026, including some indie darlings and potential Game of the Year frontrunners as well. But it's time for a wee hype check, I thought. So this week, we're going to just have a wee check-in, see what's locked in for the rest of the year, and ask at the end of it, where do we see us finding the time, which is a bit as well, it has an extra crease, Scott, because you're a man that's going to be shorter on time.
Why?
Exactly.
Suddenly.
I keep saying that, you know, this podcast has layers, you know, it's like an onion. Keep coming back to the Shrek. But yeah, Scott, kick things off here. Just 2026 so far, up to this point here, say the start of May. Has it been great or has it been ganting for you? Where did you fall down?
Oh, fuck. Those are the two options, and it's been great, isn't it?
You can be in between, but you know.
I mean, No, I think it's been a pretty fucking damn good year. I think that I've tried to be stronger at keeping a track of the games that I play because I do forget as time goes on. So it's like, what other shit have we played? So it's like, having games like Cairn at the beginning of the year
Yep.
and how that's translated through. Obviously, having played Resident Evil 9 sort of fairly recently as well is a big one. That was a fucking enormous one actually for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have Crimson Desert, obviously, maybe didn't
Mhm.
land quite enough for me, but definitely for you. Pocopia, forgot that had even come out.
Yep.
Neo 3
Mhm.
coming out as well. We had fucking hell, man, just so many games. It's disgusting.
Titanium Court recently.
Titanium Court, aye. So I'm just going through the list of games that actually are there. But yeah, Titanium Court, 100%. I'm just having a look at everything, to be honest with you, because there's so many fucking games. It's
I mean,
disgusting.
it's just the big highlights. I mean, you've touched on them all there. I wrote down like what have been my, if I had to zero it down, Titanium Court, Neo 3, Pocopia, Crimson Desert. You nailed it. Like they've been the real highlights for me so far. But there's been it's been a great year so far in terms of the games I've played. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I mean, we're only a third of the year through.
What about
Third
High
maybe?
Guard?
Oh, no, no.
Oh.
That comes under the ganting part of the spectrum here in terms of the where the games are.
I wasn't expecting you to be quite so harsh on it.
No, listen, that game was just not good. Just not good at all. It was boring, and I hate to speak ill of the dead, but I do think it is the thing I'm most impressed about when it came to High Guard was how Jeff Keighley managed to get absolutely zero bruises off the back of that one for putting it in a position that it should never have been in. So
I for one on this podcast will continue to light the candle against Jeff Keighley because that is fucking horrendous. That man has managed to walk away from that scot-free.
Fair criticism where it's due. And I think in this case, the guy does a lot for the industry, but in this case, he got it wrong and dropped the ball. And I do think it's more, I find it slightly, I always find it slightly alarming.
I
when
love
people
this.
in positions of power get away with stuff. You know what I mean?
This.
So,
I always make salacious comments, and Liam always has to dial me back. You're like the spin doctor.
No, I'm the legal department here and the PR department.
Oh, it's hilarious.
I've got Jeff on the phone here. You want that ticket? Yeah, right. No bother, Jeff. Nah.
Admit you got it wrong, Jeff.
I'd love to put you two in a room together.
Oh,
so
I'd
much
shite myself then. I know what I'm like.
No, I mean, listen, hey, it's fair criticism where it's due. I mean, there has been a couple of stinkers. I mean, there's been ones that haven't been stinking. There's been actually good games in there that just bounced off.
Yeah.
Cairn was that one. Like, I enjoyed for when I played it, it just didn't really stick with me. But it's been a good year so far. Well,
yeah,
I mean,
there's
really
even
complain.
just games that we haven't played together, like Mouse PI for Hire, Replaced, things like
bounced off that.
You bound all were replaced.
Yeah,
even things like Super Meat Boy, Planet of Lana, Marathon came out as well. High on Life 2. Surprised you never picked that up, actually.
I did, and it didn't run well on the ROG, so I didn't get past the intro, so I just didn't.
Okay.
Didn't think it'd be fair for me to bring my thought. I could actually
fair
pick
enough.
it up.
Fair enough. Even had like games like I know Alex enjoyed Romeo as a Dead Man, and Mugenics as well. Completely forgot about that, but that came out this year too, which was fucking excellent. So, I mean, I think if you look into it a little bit further past the big hitters, there's been a lot of quality there.
100%, and it's not. There's a lot of meaty games in there. You mentioned Eugenics, that's like an over 100-hour game. Crimson Desert, Pocopia, Neo 3. These are all games that have tremendous value in them. And that's fantastic. I think, especially now when everything's getting really expensive, and I think more and more, probably approach this later in the conversation, like you do have to factor in the cost reality of a lot of this as well. Because, let's face it, pretty much all of these games, in fact, let's probably just go out on a limb here and say all of these games, like, I'm not going to be getting review code. I'm not expecting for any of them, but I'm fine with that. But it's like that's where the hustle comes in, Scott. Start to, trade in, trade up, all that type of stuff to kind of help me support my wicked habit. But it's value in the games. Unfortunately, it's that big debate coming up again, and I'm not going to stay on it for too long, but the amount of time you can spend with it, either through replayability or content, it does matter. If you're shelling 70 quid, especially when the price of petrol and butter and everything else has gone up. And for those who aren't within that reality, that feels like it's getting lost a little bit every now and then. Not all the time, but it does feel like it's getting lost. And, FOMO is real. And if we like our new toys, we like our new shiny as gamers and as, humans. And, you're always going to have that pressure for the new. We're weak to it, Scott.
Oh, fuck, I can't even deny it.
I like to try and make sure that we're keeping it real and have a reality check with ourselves as well. So when we're going through this list of anticipated games, it's not like, here's some things you must go out and buy. But we've tried to approach this in a way of like, what are the ones, we can't list every game coming out. It's really just the ones that we're like that. Do you know what? If I can find the means, I'm going to probably likely buy that. If I have a little bit of money to burn, I'm going to go buy that. I'm keeping an eye on it. So, Scott, May's kicked off already. We'll take a turn each. Why do you kick me off the first game that you're most looking forward to now?
In May?
Yeah, start at the top.
It's gonna be May. I mean, we're looking at May. It's a bit of a mixed bag in terms of the Scott Curry highlights. But I think if I'm going to pick one, it's definitely going to be Lego Batman, Legacy of the Dark Knight. 1,000%. I think that everything we've seen of that game in trailers and everything we're hearing about it, it just looks fucking excellent. So just that love letter to everything that we know and love about current and past Batman, fire it into the fucking depths of my arse, please.
Indeed. I mean, if we're going to that's on my list here as well, so I'm not going to go back to
firing it into the depths.
That's always on my list here. What's your hype level for it out of 10? Because I want to just double check that every time.
To be honest with you, I'd forgotten that it was coming out in May, so I can't be that hyped for it. But knowing that it is coming out, maybe like an 8, something like that.
Okay, that's good. It's good. It's coming everywhere. It's Switch, PC, PS5, Xbox. Heat at the gutter, and got descriptions here for all these games that I've wrote down here, and this is one of them. So it's the 29th of May. It's coming out. So. Does say here, become the Dark Knight and battle Gotham City's most infamous DC supervillains in an open world action adventure from TT Games. Look, this one took everybody by surprise in the best way on reveal. It just looks to be a love letter to the Dark Knight. We smell a hit, and plus, I am absolutely buzzing to play this with my son. This is one of those games I'm definitely going to buy because I see so much value in that for him and but mainly him as well, just to play and enjoy. My hype level for this is a 9, if I'm honest, and that's at the end of the month. But I'm going to pull us all the way back to the start of the month, right? I've got one here on my list, and it's a big one for myself, which is on the 7th of May, and that's Mixtape. And as we all know, I have been buzzing for this, coming to PS5, Xbox, Switch, and PC. Description here, on the last night of high school, 3 friends embark on one more adventure together, play through a mixtape of memories set to the soundtrack of a generation. Scott, I can't wait for this game. It's easily one of my most anticipated for the year. And this narrative adventure from Annapurna, it's just ticking all the boxes for me, man. Tick, tick, tick. And I just feel my millennial arse is going to align perfectly with this. Scott. Hype level of 10. Easy for me.
Really? That hype for it? Fucking hell.
And I know it could come out and it could be the most 6 or 7 out of 10 game ever. I nearly said the 6-7 there. But it could be that. But I think the fact that they've taken so much time to look, here's to try and get this right. And all it needs to be is just a really solid narrative adventure. That's it. I want some characters I'm going to connect with. I want a soundtrack that's going to pop at the right time. Yeah, man, this is just going to be absolutely, I'm hoping, one of those games that at the end of the year it's on my top 10 list. Really, I'm hoping.
I mean, it makes sense. It's definitely one of those games that you eat up, and 1,000%. I think that
Yeah.
it's showing something. I'm just looking at the soundtrack and stuff like that, and you know, it's definitely showing all the makings of a decent game.
Yeah.
But it's also one of them. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't know I don't know how to describe that in a way that makes sense to our not Scottish listeners, but it's just one of them. Like it's just oh fuck, right, all right.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. For the non-Scottish listeners,
I'm not explaining it. They're just gonna have to guess.
yeah, you should explain it. To be fair, it's
Oh,
just like
it would
much
take
of
me
the
like
same.
to translate it. It means it's one of those. It's like it's just kind of one of those games that you kind of know what you're getting into. For
Yeah,
me, that's what I would say anyway.
yeah. I think that's a fair enough explanation. But yeah, our non-Scottish listeners will appreciate that.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
But what's next on your list, mate? I've got a funny guess what it might be, but what's
Oh
next on
fuck!
your list?
I'd love you to tell me what that guess is because I'm not 100% sure myself. I want to go ahead and say 007 First Light, but I don't know even know if that's. I don't even know if I truly believe that.
It's on my
Um,
list here. It's on my list here.
Aye, I mean it's on the
Let's
list.
linger on it,
It's definitely an anticipated game.
but not
Um,
most for
no,
yourself.
not really. I don't know if I can be asked.
Mm.
It's all the trailers and stuff like that are kind of showing off really well, and there was one fairly recently. I'm pretty sure that people
Mm.
were quite hyped on, which I didn't watch. But
It's not a
I
bad
mean,
thing. To be
it's
fair.
aye, no, it's just I mean, it's one of those games that if I pick it up when it comes out, I'll be disappointed. Do you know what I mean? Like I
Mm-hmm.
don't think it can do anything that's going to make me want to pay that amount of money to play it. But if I buy it down the line for like 30 odd quid, I might feel like I've got my money's worth with it.
It's fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, so that's what that is for me. But a blockbuster title middle of the year, something like this, another James Bond game, like the first James
Mm.
Bond game in a very long time. So I mean, it's obviously stuff to get excited about. It's just not for me. I
Yeah,
know
no,
you'll be
that's
fucking. I know
fair.
you'll be creaming your knickers for it.
Yes, I mean, I've got it here. 27th of May to be exact. 007 First Light, PS5, Xbox, and PC. Description reads: follow James Bond as a young, resourceful, and sometimes reckless recruit in MI66, the training program, and discover an origin story of the world's most famous spy. Scott, I'm not going to lie, I feel like I'm badly craving a big set piece action adventure game at this point, Plus, there'd be balancing that stealth gameplay, which they shown off in the last trailer. Does look to be obviously that a perfect fit with IO Interactive. So this is
How
one
does
that
it? How does it match up to what we knew from like Hitman and stuff like that? Is it similar? Is it more?
it's definitely got the Hitman DNA
Is
in
it more
there.
fluid than Hitman though?
It's from what I can gather from the gameplay reveal and the trailers. Again, I should add, I've not played it because, of course, I've not. But it's almost taking like a two-phased approach. So you kind of have your espionage, your stealthy segment where you're gathering intel and stuff, and then you're kind of going out into your action segment with the big set piece. And it looks like that's kind of the rhythm of the game, which I'm happy for that to do because that's much the same a rhythm of a James Bond film.
Yeah,
You have your lulls and your booms, and I fully expect that. And of course, you're going to get the usual cutscenes peppered in between there for a lot of the exposition and the dialogue to move it along. I wonder how they handle the iconic characters in there. I'm really looking forward to all that because it's such a refreshing new take on a very young James Bond. We've only got Casino Royale really to look at that. And I'm not comparing it to that because that was absolutely phenomenal. But I don't want seems to be even younger further back in 007's career. And, I do have high hopes. I do, as a Bond fan. The fact is that it's not going to, I don't feel it will command too much time in one playthrough, but it will have a replayability um, element of it because it's IO interactive. I fully expect them to have like lots of cool little, objectives in there, particularly within the stealth sections. It's very appealing to me. I'd surprise you, but my hype levels for this game is at an 8. It's quite high.
plus
Quite high, but I just feel like, there's that big Uncharted-esque shaped hole in my life where I can just go in, it's 12 to 16 hours. It's something you can get through in a week or two,
Mhm.
probably two. And yeah, I'm just quite happy for that to be in my life, and just a big blockbuster. You know what I mean? It's been a while. It's on that big ass blockbuster game. I get the story in and out, and it's 007, has that license, that IP, that license to kill, and it's got all that stuff in there that you want. So yeah, but yeah, I would say I'm shaking. You're more stirred on that one, Scott.
I'm not sturdy. I'm not stirred.
Not stirred.
Just excited to see if Lenny Kravitz rips his fucking trousers again in it. One of the fucking funniest moments of all time.
Oh man, yeah, he had nothing to be ashamed of. But yeah, I don't. Do you have any other ones in May? I've got one more that I want to highlight.
In May? Probably not. No, not really.
I've got one more, which of course is a big one. It's 19th of May, which is Forza Horizon 6, which is Xbox, is it PS5 as well, and PC.
I don't think it's coming out in PS5 later, I'm sure.
Later, yeah, it's not coming out on launch, but it will be there eventually. But description here, I know. Discover the breathtaking landscapes of Japan and over 550 real-world cars and become a racing legend at the Horizon Festival. Start your journey as a tourist and explore a world full of hip music and Japanese culture. I mean, yeah, really buzzing for it, man. Like, I think the first big domino for Xbox in this big year for them. I'm expecting this to be jam-packed, the setting to be very appealing and gorgeous, and I think it's just going to be a game that I will have in rotation for a long time. And it's something that I'm actually looking forward to playing with my son as well. Ooh. Because it's just that's what's good about the Horizon games. Just drive about. Doesn't matter. If you want to take part in races and that, we can set one up. If not, just go have fun. There's a lot to be said for games like that. Even like Grand Theft Auto, which we'll get to later, I imagine. You can't really just do that because you're just going to get wanted levels against you and stuff like that. But you can just pick a car. Does that look cool? Cool, let's go have a drive about. Like, it has that appeal. I wish there was like a Horizon game when I was his age. I probably would be more into racing games if that was the case. But yeah, it's something that I'm also intrigued to be seeing how it runs on the ROG as well. And yeah, no, really high hopes. But is it going to be like a Game of the Year thing? I think you'll see it in a lot of lists. For me, it's one of those ones where I expect high quality. It's going to take a lot for me to kind of put that like number one on my list, but my hype level for it is an 8 as well. It's a big release. I know
it's fucking full of 8s for you, Liam.
But I'm telling you, like, I looked at May and I'm like, Jesus, like pretty much almost one a week. And I even looked at like Dead as Disco, and because of the number that I had in May, I was like, I can't put Dead as Disco on here because I'm realistically not going to get to it for a very long time. And that game, true, loved the demo. But yeah, I digress. What about June, Scott? Anything in June for
June? You? Let me go to my notes for June. I mean, the big one is on the releases.com where it shows you all this stuff. It's talking about Control Resident. Has that been confirmed for June though?
No release date confirmed.
Fucking bastards, man.
That would be a perfect time for it though.
God damn you, Sam. Like, that could have taken me right up to the baby being born.
You never know. It could be. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them to do something at this rumoured state of play. And it's like, yep, it's coming at the start of June. You know what I mean?
It'd be a perfect time for it. To be honest with you, June looks like a little bit of a fucking nothing burger, to be honest with you. There's a few mini games in there that I potentially could get involved with, like the Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales, for that. Oh,
well, Scott, you've said it. You've said the magic name there. 18th of June, The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales. Like, coming to Switch, PC, PS5 and Xbox. People might be asking, what the hell are they talking about? Let me tell you. A brand new action RPG from the creators of Octopath Traveler and Bravely Default. The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales combines stunning HD 2D visuals and an exciting action-adventure gameplay for the first time. Scott, throughout this whole podcasting journey we've been on, right, I'm a changed man, changed man. I was buzzing to see this on review last year because I'm an absolute sucker for the HD 2D style. And people will be screaming, but Liam, you've not even played Octopath Traveler 0 yet. So I know, it's on my shelf, I'm waiting there. It does look like it could potentially be a podcast or Game of the Year contender as well, like those ones. Another one of those.
Aye.
And I may have a trip and fall moment in the summer for this? I'm not
Oh, I'd
sure.
love to hear it. We love to hear that. There's actually a little bit of me that's like, I could.
That's the one. That's the
Aye.
one. If you don't see Control Resonant, I think that is a perfect game for you to pick up
Yeah,
before the wee ones here.
there is actually a game on there though. So just as we were making our notes, I like this releases.com because it highlights all the games that you think you should be looking at. And if you take yourself to June on releases.com, there's a game that shows up called Mariachi Legends.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen this?
No, not familiar.
So the game says, assume the role of Pablo Cruz, a Mexican detective chosen by Lady Death herself to undertake the most significant case of his career, retrieving a potent amulet capable of undermining her control of the realm of the dead and destabilizing El Dia de los Muertos. Now, fast-paced, responsive combat harmonizes with platforming, exploration, and a hefty dose of quirky, retro-styled violence, championing a noble cause. It's a fucking Latin American Metroidvania, Liam.
Nice.
And everything about the trailers fucking oozes that shit. Like, since we have been talking, I have watched about 3 or 4 trailers for this game, and I've added it to my Steam wish list because it looks fucking class. Like, holy fuck, it looks so good, man.
Nice. What's your height level on it?
I mean, now, fuck me, about a 9 out of 10. It just looks so cool. Like, it's got that Symphony of the Night look to it. But it's all just pure Latin American stuff, so I can imagine the music. Oh, I can hear the music in my head. Take me there. Can't wait.
To clarify, my Adventures of Elliot, I'm going to give that a hype 8 though, but no.
Sorry.
Hype 9 though. It's big though, man.
That looks cool. It looks so cool. I like this. I like kind of going through it. You've also got like things like Dench Attack and stuff as well. I know it's coming out in June. I didn't play the trailer. I won this the train game where there's like your Tony Hawk train game. I wasn't keen on that, so I never actually played it. But apart from that, I mean, there's nothing else really that I see that.
I only had the one in June myself, which was that. I
mean, it's a big enough game to fucking keep yourself busy in a way.
Well, yeah, at least up until July, Scott. 9th of July, Scott. A little game. It was announced since we've last been on the show. It was the worst kept secret in gaming. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced, coming to PS5, Xbox, and PC. Strike fear in your foes as you board and sink enemy vessels as Edward Kenway, captain of the Jackdaw, whether blending into crowds or leading daring assaults, switch between silent takedowns and fierce brawls as you effortlessly wield swords, pistols, and the hidden blade, with a cast of historical pirate legends at your side. Defy empires amidst the age-old conflict opposing assassins and Templars. We are so back, Scott.
I dreamed a dream the other night.
Honest to God, all roads lead here this summer, Scott, man. Like this for me is the big one this summer. This is my summer blockbuster. The seafaring, the shanties, the characters, the setting. It's the digital tourism that I will so badly need in the summer. Because I'm not going on holiday. I don't think anybody else, because the jet fuel's going to run out. But it's like, this is it. I'm going to the Caribbean, and hype level is a big, massive 10. Could I go play Black Flag just now? Of course I can. Do I want the new shiny? Of course I do. But I am so looking forward to seeing what they've done in here. The reveal trailer looked absolutely gorgeous. It looked like, the old CGI trailers from back in the day. I have just been getting lots of kind of comparison videos on my TikTok and stuff like that since. And yeah, the best thing about Assassin's Creed Black Flag for me just was that sense of exploration and adventure. Just going through that massive map, and if it was a wee tiny island, I'm going to hop off, and just see if I can get any treasure. And that's something that I took for granted. It's something not even Starfield can really get right. It's like I just want to explore, hop off, see what's there, back on, and that's really the loop. And of course, the story in that was good fun, but it was the world. It had character, it had swagger, and the shanties. Lever, Johnny Lever, all that stuff. So it's absolutely incredible, and it feels like it's going to be a good win for Ubisoft. I think there's been a lot of stories coming out about Assassin's Creed Hex, and that's not really going to plan. But I'm also intrigued to see, you know, how do they merge Assassin's Creed of old with some of the more modern style stuff? It's not going to be an RPG in that, we know that, but it's still going to have that kind of counter-based finisher combat. They've updated that slightly. And yeah, I'm buzzing for it, man. I'm buzzing, but I'm obviously, you've got to take my opinion with a grain of salt because I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan, but at the same time, listen, this is probably one of the most, if not the most beloved game in the franchise, and it's getting a new coat of paint. What more could you ask for?
I mean, it's frightening that it came out last generation and looked, I mean, as good as it did, but still looks bad enough that it needs a resync that we're calling it. But no, I will be fucking knee deep in nappies at that point, so I don't even think I'll know what Assassin's Creed is. I'll be wishing I was in the fucking Caribbean at that point.
He will.
But it's one that I'm keen to sort of hear your thoughts on. You know, was it a worthwhile endeavor for Ubisoft to do it? And to be honest with you, it is. You know, I'd rather this than. I hope that this you know spells the beginning of them doing it with other Assassin's Creed titles. Like, give me Assassin's Creed 2 with the same sort of bollocks. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's there. People cry for more Ezio, and it's calling out for it. So hopefully this does well enough that it needs that, and it kind of leads to that. Do you know what I mean?
I know. Well, now you mentioned that we're in a part of the year now where you're absolutely nowhere near this part of like going out and buying new games because you've got other things to enjoy. And of course, that'll be a brand new Barry, as you say here. But Scott, we move forward in July, right, into August. I think at that point you might be thinking, maybe I did dip a toe. I might not have the time, but maybe I dip a toe. Scott, is there a big game at the start of August that you're perhaps looking forward to?
No, there isn't actually. There's a game right at the fucking end of August that I'm looking more forward to.
Okay.
But no, so if you're talking about the game at the start of August, I believe you're probably talking about Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls.
Indeed.
There was a universe pre-baby where that potentially would have been the summer game for Scott. You know, getting in there, getting into the multiplayer aspects of it, fighting folk online and stuff as well. It's made for me, you know. But just the thought of getting into a fighting game that close.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that close to having had a baby is frightening. What it takes from you. Trying to learn a fighter, I just don't think I have that in me at that point. And that's probably going to mean that I probably don't ever get into it, because a month, 2 months away from a game like that coming out, you're completely out of the loop for it.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah. So I don't think I'll ever be into it. But if you will permit me a moment just to continue on with my hype check, because as I was making my notes this afternoon, I was like, what is the first game I see myself going back to, Liam?
Mm-hmm.
You know, making the great return to the PlayStation, and Liam, that game is the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 2. What a game to bring yourself back into it.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 4, come to me. Please just give me that game immediately. I've been waiting for this for fucking forever, it feels like now. And the fact that it comes out 1 month after the wee guy's born, and that I can play it hopefully at a point where I feel normal. And if not, I can play it in my pants in my office with him in my arms at 5 o'clock in the morning, and you know he can experience the peak of Metal Gear Solid 4. I'm so fucking excited for it, man. Like, even just getting to play Peace Walker again, I just can't wait. It's honestly
could come at the right time. You know, at that point, at the end of August, you'll definitely be back in the swing of stuff at that point. You know, and not as you are today, but you'll be in a new swing.
Yeah.
You know, that much I guarantee.
I'll be swinging for the ceiling in my fucking balls.
Exactly, but yeah, I think that's definitely the end of the month. Marvel Tokon, for me to go back to that, like, I'm kind of with you. Like, I'm not the fighting guy, but my son really likes fighting games, and I feel it's got the Marvel IP. I'm more interested in this because of the Marvel IP. I enjoyed the beta for it, but I was like, I got schooled, you know, I definitely got schooled, but I thought, say if I buy that game, that's something that I'm probably going to exclusively play offline with my son.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 4v4 tag fighter with that Marvel IP, and I just get to, you know, rock up as Big Victor. That's all I need, Scott, in a game. But I think that's designed. That could be his for, you know, his fighting game. But you know, right now his fighting game is so caliber too.
Yes, man, has fucking the boy has taste.
He loves it, and you know, oddly good at it. Strange, but you know, he's definitely like legitimately beat me more on a few occasions. But you know, maybe this is it. This is the time where we can both test our metals. But because of that, I've put that on my list because it's like, would I go out and buy it otherwise? No, but I feel like I kind of have to because it's something we could play together. So that's there. But you're at the end of August now. I'm moving into September, and I'm going to stay in the Marvel theme here, Scott, which is, of course, Marvel's Wolverine on the 15th of September. Become a living weapon as he searches for answers about his past. Wolverine will do whatever it takes, unleashing brutal claw combat, violent rage, and relentless determination to cut through the mystery of the man he used to be. It's Wolverine, Scott. You know, to quote last week, enough said. You know, I'm locked in, and I just can't wait for the next Insomniac Marvel Universe adventure. You know, it's like we kind of. It's a shame because we said at the start of the show, you can kind of take, you know, success for granted, and that's kind of the feeling with Insomnia. Everybody's thinking the same, which is, yeah, I'm cool. I don't need to see any more of that. Just give me it now. My hype level on that is a 10. You know, because I'm like, I know that's a slam dunk for myself personally. It's like I'm going to buy that game, I'm going to platinum it, and I'm going to enjoy every second of it. And it's like, cool. When's the next one coming? And that's the problem. They are victims of their own success, you know, in that regard.
That's the problem with game development, though. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, and especially things like this, like, you do just want to know what happens next, especially with these Marvel IPs. Now that we know the slate as well for Insomniac after the big leak as well, it's like, you know, we can already tell what it's going to be, and that just stokes the flames even further. I mean, by that time, I should be fucking. I'll be throwing that baby to bed, and it'll be sleeping. You know, it'll be fine. I'll be back, and
you'll be back. You know,
I'll be back to full. We hope so.
You'll be pointing to Survivor Series at that point. You'll be back.
Aye. It's I mean, with Wolverine, I'm with you. I mean, I don't really know how much more I need to see from it.
Yeah.
But I do need to see something else. Do you know what I mean? Like, I need to kind of wet the palate again to know that it exists and be like, yeah, that wasn't just us taking the piss and telling them that it's coming out. It is actually coming out. So I'd like to see a wee bit more. But I mean, a good 8 on a good day. It's maybe a 9. But I mean, depending on what they show in the next trailer, it could be a 9. I just want to see him fucking mutilating millions of people all at once and just fucking murdering every single person that's ever existed. And that's great. That's what I want.
But that's a very good point you raised there, because it's Wolverine.
Yes.
And Wolverine is cool as fuck. You know, there's a reason he's one of the top guys in the Marvel stable. But I really hope that Insomniac has like a turn off blood option, because there ain't no way that my son he's going to be scrolling the PS5 things like, can I play that? And I'm like, no, because and it's like absolutely brutal, filled with blood. You're way too young for that. But if there was a way you could toggle that off, Insomniac, the old Daz, the old Moz would appreciate that, you know, because that's going to be a challenge for sure. But hey, it's an age-old challenge in video games, but it's because it's Wolverine. But I'm glad they made that creative decision to make him brutal, you know, as opposed to, you know, kid gloving it, you know, like doing what they do in the movies pre-Deadpool and Wolverine and Logan. But yeah, it's, you know, if they could toggle that off, that'd be good. Like the old wrestling game, so you could turn the blood off and on. That's it. Maybe they just. I think
you're running into a bit of an issue with, like, why are these claws going through that man's skull, but there's no blood? Like,
I know. Maybe it's just like his claws go away. They just punched him in that.
Just punched him.
Confetti comes out his nose or something like that. You know, like, no. Listen, it's a chance to be creative. I'm sure they'll love that. Just like lots of wee Ratchet and Clanks come out them or something like that. Either that, or they just, you know, just doctor the cutscenes or something like that. But it's more you can skip a cutscene. It's the moment-to-moment gameplay if you're starting to dismember folk and all that. It's like maybe they just have an option to turn off dismemberment and blood. Me personally, hell no, that's getting kept on. I can't wait because, the last time we got a game like that, X-Men Origins Wolverine movie tie-in game, which was fantastic. So good. Yeah, so good. But Scott, any other ones in September, October?
I know that my page has literally just died as I was looking at it there, but I'm pretty sure that Phantom Blade Zero comes out in the same month as well.
Mm-hmm. It does.
I'm pretty sure that I'm fairly excited about that. To be honest with you, it's one that it's one that it showed off well and does sort of continue to show off well. It's just whether or not it's going to be something that could stick the landing. It could be another like, what do you call it? Oh, what was that game? Oh fuck! Last year or the year before, the Monkey.
No, the Waiva. What's it? It's not Wolong, is it? It's
Wukong.
Wukong.
Fuck, it could be another one of those. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just kind of is here and gone.
Black Myth.
Or Black Myth Wukong. There you go.
There we go.
It could come and go and just kind of not really do anything, or it could have fucking really slick, cool ass combat and just be like a pure, like one of those games that you see in clips online constantly. It kind of toes that line. It's difficult to say.
I think it's a Scott Curry-ass game by the looks of it. I think there's going to be one that, but I think that has potential to be in your top 10. Looking at what we've seen of it, I really do. I think there's something in there that I'm like, I think he's definitely going to vibe with this. I can just, same way you can tell with me, like you see a game, it's like, I might not rush out and get it. Liam definitely will, but I'm like, that's a Scott Curry-ass game if I've ever seen one. Like, and it does look cool as fuck. It's one of those ones where I just, at this point in the year, who knows, there might be a gap because all roads this year are leading to one date, and that date is the 19th of November, where Grand Theft Auto 6 arrives. Grand Theft Auto 6, for people who somehow have been living under a rock, it heads to the state of Leonida, which is home to the neon-soaked streets of Vice City and beyond, in the biggest, most immersive evolution of the Grand Theft Auto series yet. And again, to quote last week, Scott, it's Grand Theft Auto.
That's true.
The big question really is, will we be playing it on this day? I still like to.
I was going to ask you there, do you think it will still get it this year?
I do. I think because nothing else is really shifting now, and within that games industry, people do talk, and it does feel like it's now or never now. I don't think they get away with another delay, because then it starts to go into, right, that's now going on. We're going on to like the 15-year mark at that point. I just call it foolish optimism, right? I know Alex is probably going to be listening to this thinking, nah, he's definitely on glue, it's not coming out. But I do think so. I think this is the year. I don't know. They did say, Strauss-Zelnick said they're going to start the marketing this summer, which means if you don't see something around Summer Game Fest, or let's face it, Rockstar aren't going to connect themselves to that. They're going to do something on their own. But, June is just around the corner. And that gives them a good solid 5 months to market the game that needs no marketing.
Yeah.
But I think they just need to come out with that not final trailer, but another trailer, just kind of be like, look, this is Grand Theft Auto 6, and the release date is on the 19th of November. They could drop a trailer like that and people go, yes, and it still breaks records. Don't have to show anything else.
I mean, yeah. I just, that first trailer we're going to get, it's going to be fucking... It's going to be like the second coming of Jesus, isn't it? Like, it's just going to be fucking incredible.
That gameplay trailer, remember when they did the GTA 5 and Red Dead 2? But
just, I want the first sign of music. The first sign of music, give us hints of a soundtrack, and that's that. I'll be happy. You know what I mean? Like, November I'll be 4 or 5 months deep into parenthood again. And second nature at that point, so it'll be fine.
Oh yeah,
I'll be ready.
Full swing.
I'll be ready to stay up all night playing Grand Theft Auto, of course.
full steam ahead at that point, man. Full steam ahead. The new normal is definitely kicked in at that point. But
Indeed.
I think for me, like, what I want is Rockstar to come out and destroy an industry, and not the gaming industry. I want them to destroy the leak industry for this game, because there are accounts, there are everything out there just putting out absolute gab shitery about this game, and we have nothing to go on. So we've got no choice but to be like, I've heard that is true. And that's the thing I'm most looking forward to, like the release valve of all that anticipation and pressure will finally become true. And I think 19th of November, could they slip it? Could they move that date? They could. I still think it's going to be this year, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I had that caveat. They could just be like, you know what, we're going to delay it to December or whatever it is, but I think that's foolish. 19th of November feels quite late in the year for this game, but I think they want to get a good run at it. I think all the PlayStation and Xbox will want them to get a good run at it, because they're going to be hoping that that's going to supercharge Black Friday sales for them as well.
You can't even imagine how fucking enormous that's going to be. Like, just the thought of regular punters, pure, I think I'll buy a PlayStation for Grand Theft Auto 6. It's like, fuck aye. It's just, you forget how enormous it is.
Yeah, there'll be people that's like, oh, I played GTA 5 on the PSD. Yeah, I think I'll get a PS5 and play that, because I've got kids now, and then if I don't play with it, they can play FIFA or whatever, and it's like cool. And yeah, I think it's easy to say hype levels of 10. You know, I think everybody hype levels at 10 and 11, except Alex. It's just, it's one of those ones where, you know, it's such a formality. Yeah. And I look forward to it, Scott. I look forward to. My plans are still there. That game comes out, I will be taking a day off to play it, because it's like, you know, it has to. It's Grand Theft Auto. It's Grand Theft Auto. But there'll be lots for us to talk about as well, which is cool. But I just want to wrap this up though, Scott. I've got a wee small list here, just a little quick fire here of unconfirmed but still hyped for, and I've just tried to pick out ones that are kind of like, oh yeah, I think we'll probably be excited for them. So we've got the Dust. This is probably where you can get Spanish Flea. Just play that in your head as I go through this, right? The Dust Bloods, Judas, Control Resonant, Fable, Kena, Scars of Cosmora, The Blood of Dawnwalker, Onimusha, Way of the Sword, Tomb Raider, Legacy of Atlantis, Halo, Campaign Evolved, and finally Castlevania, Belmont's Curse. Scott, have I missed anything else?
You've missed. I don't know. I was too busy singing the fucking Spanish Flea, right? But for what it's worth, I don't know if you mentioned Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave.
I haven't. No, how foolish of me. Yes, that's definitely high on your list.
How dare you, Liam? I mean, the biggest concern for me is the Dustbloods. Is that game coming out this year?
Is it ever going to come out?
Oh, fuck, I don't care.
I'm not going to lie, there's a part of me that thinks that it might not be up to snuff for what From Software's kind of quality bar is now, but I hope I'm wrong.
The issue is Elden Ring, Liam. The elephant in the room is Elden Ring. If they can't get Elden Ring to work on the Switch 2, then they're fucked. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's goosed. So
I don't know how they can, by the way. I don't know how they get that working on it.
I'm going to tell you something, Liam, that you don't want to hear, right? But I have had motions in my bowel thinking about a return to Elden Ring recently.
Oh, yes. There's always a time to return.
It's just like, I could go back.
I've started a new character on it as well.
Like, considering like I played through a Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2, you can tell I'm starting to nest, Liam, because I want to go back and play all the games that made me feel good.
What you need, net comfort gaming all the way.
Comfort gaming, Alan Wake 2. I want to play all the hits before I die for a few months.
But we're definitely going to have a topic on that, by the way, as well, just as he prepares for gaming hibernation. But it's Elden Ring's there's always a good time to play it, because you'll always see something different. And this is a game we've spent hundreds of hours in, Scott, and that's the bit we've not really. You think about it, Shadow of the Erdtree. I mean, we spent a lot of time in there. It commanded a lot of time. We were obsessed with it. But really, like, there's so many nooks and crannies in there. There's bosses in there you've probably not touched, you know, albeit tiny ones. But it's like there's still going to be something new that you'll find in Elden Ring. and it's so damn good, man. It's so damn good. Like, and because you've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, platinumed it, you're like, right, all I can do now is just kind of go on a wee adventure.
Enjoy it, aye.
Right. You can either start again or you can just New Game Plus it with another older character. But either way, those are both very good options. And the good thing is it's been so long that it will kind of feel a bit new again as you kind of figure out the mechanics and all that
Yeah,
again. Because
aye.
when I had purchased it again on Steam, so I've been playing it in ROG and started up a new character. And oddly enough, I've never been able to parry better in my life in any FromSoft game. I thought, I just need to play it handheld, cool. But because that was never something I would do. But and shout out to the RKG boys. Even just sitting watching their playthrough of Elden Ring, and it's just such an epic adventure, and it's like playing the game again. It's so worth it. So if you don't play it, I still recommend it. But I'm with you. Dustbloods, I don't know if you're bang on. If
It's
Elden
just
Ring
the
can't work,
fact
then
that it's fallen off a cliff and died, and we've not heard about it since that
it's weird.
Nintendo thing. But Nintendo could come out with a fucking direct 2 weeks from now, and we know everything about it, and it's releasing 2 months, 2 weeks later. Do you know what I mean? It's just like that's the way Nintendo work. Weird Nintendo decisions, ha ha ha. But it's just I don't see a universe where we have Elden Ring come out after that. Do you know what I mean?
You're right.
I think
You're
Elden
right.
Ring has to come out first before we see Dustbloods.
They'll make more money from Elden Ring than Dustbloods anyway, but Dustbloods will probably make Nintendo more money. That's one of those ones, so we shall see. But big question is, though, Scott, I mean, you're right, we get to July, it's a very different, set of parameters we're dealing with for yourself.
Indeed.
I mean, I suppose, where do we find the time? For me, I mean, even me, I have no idea, right? But I think, honestly, like 2 of these big games maximum a month for me, and even at that, it's also time to start thinking of the hustle that I mentioned, because the cost factor is there. There's a lot of massive games in there. Take GTA, for example. The end of the year will be a write-off from there, so that's easy. It's really just May, but I know there's going to be the big destinations on this journey. GTA, what my way back was GTA 6, Wolverine, Black Flag, and then it's just the absolute maelstrom of May. If I can get through all that come the end of the year, great, because I don't want to put on people under any false pretenses here. I mean, and Scott, you're going to go and take a break and welcome another wee babby into the world. Be a lovely, lovely time. Gaming's not going to be top of the list.
Yes.
It'll be there for the sanity. But that's a good thing. It's not top of the list now anyway, but it's like finding the time. What's going to be interesting, I really thoroughly look forward to it, is when you come back on the show after a wee bit of time away to enjoy each other and kind of rediscover the proper newborn phase again.
It's a fucking.
But it's going to be really fascinating to hear
Aye.
how you found the time.
Well,
Because you will play games during the time.
Yeah,
It's not
I
going to
mean,
be the same.
100%. Yeah, I was talking about that with my wife earlier on, in that before you have children, you lament that time that you lose. Like, it's just like going to bed early and like going to your bed. You're like, oh fuck, I can't play such and such a game for a few hours, and it's just like you need the rest. You need to sleep, and it's like having gone through newborn phase, toddler phase, and now in child phase. It's like you don't care anymore. It's like you'll take sleep where you fucking get it, and that time is just gone, and it's fine. That's the deal we make, and that's cool. It's just, and I'm thinking with this, with the wee one coming along now, it's like we'll deal with that better because you're not losing that time anymore. It's just that we've just now got another thing to look after that shites itself and screams loads. So it's just that's just the reality of it all, and I'm excited to venture into that reality once more and have offspring once again.
Yeah, it's going to make a very fascinating future episode, that's for sure, just kind of navigating that, because when you have your first, it's very different, because it's like there's always one of you that can rest.
Yeah.
When you have your next, and I don't even just mean your second, when you just have your next, you still have the eldest and the older kids that still need you and all the rest of it, and it's very different, and it's it's a way different ball game. Like the days of sitting there, like when kids falling asleep on you, and you can sit there and I can sit and play Assassin's Creed Origins or something like that, and platinum that. It's really not the case. Set the expectations to all listeners out there, but it's a lot more cooler.
Yeah, it's just gonna be different that way, and obviously the wee ones at school as well, like the older ones at school now, so that's going to help.
Yeah,
and well, I'm still trying to convince myself that everything's going to be perfect and nothing's going to go wrong. I'm not going to get pissed or shat on, and
that will happen.
It's going to happen day one, Liam, so it's fine. But
it's a good thing.
It's a good thing, you have to go through it. It's just bizarre to think that it's happening. Do you know what I mean? It's just
it's a new normal. That's the exciting thing. No, it's a new normal, and it's
crazy.
It's the best thing is you're battle hardened now going into it. You're coming into this with XP.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
yeah. It's I've fought. I've died to the last giant 400 times, and now I beat him, and I've come in with that experience. There you go. Aina's face is going down.
That's it. You've beat many a nappy boss out there. So I mean, this is no sweat, man. No sweat. You're like, here we go. Let's do it.
That's it.
Final form, and all that stuff. But yeah, it's I will look forward to that. But any games we missed off on that list, any ones you're looking forward to yourself, dear viewers and listeners, let us know in the comments or just send us an email. It'd be good to hear from you. And again, we can't list them all, so there's definitely ones in there. There could be some little indie darlings that's coming out that's like, you missed that. That's something you'd really like or something you should have on your list. Let us know. I'm all ears. But I should say, last week, that was the most epic episode, as I mentioned, of Pixel Parents Ever, right? Top 100 Video Game Showdown. We are currently cooking up the follow-up segment and successor to the Pixel Pick Showdown. So, there's going to be no showdown this week. It's going. That's it. Happened. But in the meantime, please go check out episode 109 to satiate your gaming showdown lust. It will be worth the wait. We do promise you of that. But just give us a bit of time to cook. We're in the Kevin Feige stage just now, just kind of working out how do we not, spaff the next phase. But we want to do something a little bit different, a little bit cool, and something hopefully you guys will all enjoy, maybe take part in as well. But on that note, Scott, because there's nothing there, it brings us to the end of this week's podcast. So thank you once again for joining us, and remember to go support the small independent games media out there. So if you like what you hear, enjoy the show, please share on social media, tell your friends about us, or leave us a wee 5-star review, and it helps us out. It makes a massive difference. Now, if you can, just remember, go join our free Patreon community at patreon.com/Pixel Parents to support the show. Test time, Scott. Where can people find you online if they want to hear more of your musical renditions?
More of my musical talents. I'm available on Blue Sky, lamaman.bsky.social. Come hit me up for all your entertainment needs. I will be there.
And go check it out. He's got some fantastic Days Gone videos on there as well. People are worth checking out.
I've got a few ready to go up after this podcast goes live. I tell you something, they're fucking tasty AF, bruh.
Nice. Well, yeah, there you have it. Go check him out. You can get me on Blue Sky at carmelite.bsky.social, where I'll just be shooting the breeze. Maybe I'll just start talking more about Vampire Crawlers. I've had to keep it under my hat before this episode because I wanted the dramatic impact. We got it, so I can start talking about it online now. Massive thank you to our producer and music man, very talented and handsome Mr. Sean Murray. Please just go show him some love. Check out his work on Instagram at Bare Hands Designs and barehandsdesigns.com. You can listen to the next episode on all your major podcast platforms. Follow us on Blue Sky at pixelparents.bsky.social. Leave write to us at pixelparentspodcast@gmail.com. Wherever you are, like, share, subscribe, do the thing, play some damn games. But until next time, stay safe, stay sane, and thanks for listening.
Oh, fuck.
Piss.
I don't have anything. I forgot.